It's Monday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Murayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have the ladies with me. Hello, Mariam Longe.
Hi,
You're waiting for the published author?
Yes. Help me. I'm
How
fine. This weekend I was home, and it was just interesting to watch the events, that we were at, all the fashion. I'm just really proud of us. We're really doing well in our fashion, our music, our movies. It was really good to see, how our celebrities just came out in their Sunday best. It looked really nice. I mean, of course, a lot of people had things to say. Nigerians can be funny. I mean, there's some of the designs that were very, elaborate. And Nigerians were shouting blood of Jesus over it. I'm like, oh my God, what do you think? Well, I just love the creativity that we have, and that we're owning it.
We're getting too Western. This is what we see at the Oscars. This is what we see at the Grammys. And we're just trying to just do exactly the same thing. Shouldn't we... I know we've come full circle in our what do you call it, the culture and our fashion. Yeah. But we should have something more authentically ours. I
think it's authentically ours with a slash of globalization. So we're taking our fabrics, our designs, our love for just flamboyance, and just adding a little modern times.
I did see flamboyance. Right. How are you doing, Topsy?
I'm good. So. My kids reminded me that today is the day of International Boy Child. Yeah. So they had to wear a pair of jeans and shirt. And I just feel, as a mother of boys, it's interesting to celebrate because I did the hashtag International Day of the Boy Child, and there were less than 1,000 people that used that hashtag. And if you see the International Day of the Girl Child, hundreds of thousands of people had used that hashtag. Let's not forget our boys. Let's not leave them in the scope of conversation, because there are many issues that involve boys, and the boys make up the men who largely lead the society, and we complain about the things we see. So if we can stem it from when they are young, we can reduce the issues and challenges we face when they get old. So hashtag International Day of the Boy Child. Talk to your boys.
Interestingly, I mean, my kids also wore a pair of jeans. But today's also my daughter's presentation. They're having this Egyptian theme. So I got our South African lady to dress up. Oh gosh, she's Cleopatra. You should see the picture. Like, she's fully Cleopatra.
I love
so proud. So it was really nice. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Aftermath
of Friday was a lot of work for me. Considering how busy my weekend usually is, I had to add researching, posting, responding, trying to educate. Usually I would ignore comments. I tried as much as possible to respond. But on this issue, my final posts have rested the issue. May we not be destroyed by, convictions that are self-destructive. And I've ended it there. Please don't come on my DM again. You get blocked. I've been accommodating enough of whatever experience, whatever reasons that you have on this issue. I personally do not believe in bloodletting and mob actions, jungle justice, and I take my stand clearly. So thank you for your opinions.
Fantastic. I was in Abuja over the weekend. I was invited for, there is a group called Partnership to Enhance, can't remember what it was, Pearl, I think. And then they invited us. And what they did was pick out some broadcasters across the country to come together to Abuja to discuss especially the issues concerning 2023 elections and then local government autonomy and other key issues. So the constitutional review that we're doing to help presenters understand all the various levels where we are with constitutional review and see what we can do to ensure that we actually have it passed. So right now, for the local government autonomy, for example, the National Assembly has now passed it on to the House of Assemblies across the country. So we need 24 of them to actually ratify this before it can be passed on. So we're hoping that we can put pressure on these lawmakers across the state to make sure they pass the local government autonomy, because development really is local. Yeah. There's only so much you can do from the federal. We need people to actually develop on the local. So I was pretty excited to be there. Let's go on a quick break now. When we come back, we go through the front pages of the papers. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Starting with The Nation. Atiku, Wike, Sarki, others battle for 3,700 delegates. Resignation directive, Amechi, Sylvia, Talon, others to go today. Buhari Malami asked Supreme Court to void Electoral Act Section 84, Subsection 12. What Kanu told me about Southeast killings by Soludo. Nobody has contacted us, says slain Deborah's dad. And SEC limits digital currency offers to 10 billion naira. Hackers can steal your car, NCC warns. 2 headers charged for abduction. Okay, which story are we starting with?
I will start with
Deborah's story.
Deborah's story, just to give us an update. Reporters have spoken to the father of the late Deborah Emmanuel. Her father, Gerba Emmanuel, gave his side of the story. He said that she's the second of his 7 children, and that they have put all the money that they have into her education. And because they did that, the other 6 siblings have been unable to go to school. So it has cost them money to have her in school, and now they have to take her body. They said that they collected her body from the police command in Sokoto State, even though they were reluctant to hand it over to them. DSS, after they had signed some documents, gave them her body. They said that it was even tough to get her from Sokoto State to Niger State, where her family lives. He said that it cost him 120,000 naira to do that. He hasn't heard from anyone in government yet. No one has visited them yet. Of course, a lot of people have been talking concerning this. The Northern Governors Forum have condemned the action and asked that justice, those who perpetrated this crime should be prosecuted. Also, the popular Kaduna-based Islamic scholar Sheikh Ahmed Gumi also condemned it. He had really strong words for those who perpetrated this crime. He said that people who do this would not smell heaven or paradise.
Just quoting the Quran again.
Yes. So there are so many other people. We have Tekan, that is Tarey Iklisioyin Christian Nigeria, also spoke against the gruesome murder of Deborah. The Catholic Laity Council of Nigeria. So many people expressed their displeasure what happened and commiserated with the family. But I'm hoping on personal level now, the family said they haven't heard from government. I hope that the Sokoto State government can do something, especially towards the education of the other children. It's not full compensation, but something that would help.
All right, so the major headline, Wike, Atiku, Saraki, others are battling for 3,700 delegates' votes. If you recall, right now that we have they're trying to get the president to assent to the Electoral Act Section 84, Subsection 12. Once he signs that, the delegates' number are likely to rise because there are quite a number of states. I think about 15 of them that have over 100 delegates. So now these states have become the bride of many of these presidential aspirants, trying to see what they can do to get as many votes as possible. And it's looking very clearly that that these are the key 4 people: Atiku, Wike, Saraki. Those are the key three people that are likely to get the most. And Tambuwa, that was the 4th person. Tambuwa, Saraki, Wike, and Atiku are the 4 main contenders in PDP, and we're trying to see what happens once the president signs this.
Okay, so resignation directive. Today is the D-Day for all those who are vying for offices that are appointees of the federal government and governments across subnationals to resign. So we're looking at 4 people who have already resigned because the Minister for State for Mines and Steel, Uche Oga, increased their numbers. Mwajuba has resigned, Mogbonaya Ono has resigned, Godswill Akpabio has resigned, and now he made them 4. But Amechi, that's the Minister for Transport, Minister for Women Affairs, Tallinn, and Minister for State for Petroleum, Silver, are also vying for offices, but they have not resigned. And so today is the last day. Hopefully they would resign at the end of today. Other appointees that have resigned are, the special advisor, the presidential advisor on power, Mr. Ahmed Zakari, who is vying for governorship in Jigawa, his home state. And so all of them were looking at till the end of the day. But additional story quickly, the Attorney General and some other people have taken the issue of Section 84 sub 12 to court, to the Supreme Court now. The Supreme Court decided on locus for the person who initially instituted the case in the High Court and said he didn't have locus, but if they were to look into the substantive issue of whether it is unconstitutional or not, that issue conflicts with the Constitution. And so they are taking that to the Supreme Court for further interpretation today.
Okay, another story?
Yes, I was going to take the story of two kidnappers, two young men, actually. They are headers. The operatives attached to the Police Intelligence Response Team, IRT, arrested Abdurrahman Lolo, is a 20-year-old man, as well as Mohammed Sani, a 26-year-old man. Both of them allegedly kidnapped a man called Jubrin Saidi in Kaduna State. So they had planned to kidnap a woman that sells fura, to rape her. And they got to her house and found the husband and decided to just kidnap the husband instead. The information, they were supposed to take this couple or the man to Badoko Forest, where they intended to gang rape her. The village has organized local vigilantes to secure the community. They made a distress call to IRT. And when the police arrived, they were able to assist in showing the direction the kidnappers went, and they were able to trace the invaders in their hideout in the forest, caught them, and arrested the perpetrators of the acts. This is a good response from the police in averting what could have been a disaster, and I'm so happy, and I want to acknowledge them for doing a good job.
Let's move now to the Punch. Blasphemy killing. Our children won't attend schools again, says Deborah's parents can to petition US and UN. NDLEA bursts drug cartels, fake employment syndicate. Containers clearing cost jumps by 67%. Vehicle parts prices soar. Amechi telling others may resign today. Lassa fever killed 151 in 17 weeks, says NCDC. 4 arrested as Okada riders burn Lagos engineer over 100 naira. Lagos to demolish 6 more buildings continues crackdown. Nigeria spends 86% of revenue on debt servicing, says and South Africa spends 20%. No agreement with federal government, strike not ending soon, says ASU, SANU, and NASU. And train abduction, negotiations deadlocked, FG seeks foreign assistance. Okay, which story are we starting with?
The Okada born in Nigerian. So this young man, David...
What a narrow story.
Yes, yeah. David was his name, simply. They didn't have a surname attached to it. Was performing somewhere on Admiralty Way, Lekki. So the shock of it, that this can happen inside civilization, for me, is worrying. And his friends had boarded Okada and decided an argument with the Okada rider over 100 naira. He responded to one of the friends being beaten, who passed out. And the moment the Okada people just turned on him, beat him till he was weak, put a tire on him on Admiralty Way in Lagos, and set him on fire. Sadly, he passed, but the police have arrested 4 people in relation to this offense, and they are further investigating it in Lagos. They say that they will not condone such criminality of any kind in Lagos, according to that, the police public relation officer, Benjamin Hundeyi. So I'm hoping that, you know, we set the standard of such detriment from here. Really? And then Lagos has to do something serious about Okada riders here. Yeah. We cannot continue to shy from saying it. Yeah. The population of them here is not cannot be accounted for, and the audacity of it.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So, yes, NDLEA, of course, in fresh efforts, have arrested a few people who have been trying to export through the international airports illicit drugs. They said over the week they have seized over 200,000 tablets of various pharmaceutical opioids and illicit substances in raids in Abia, Kaduna, Yobe, and Kogi State. A woman at the Lagos airport on May 9th was arrested with 1,000 tablets of tramadol concealed in food items. On Friday, another person called Karim Ibrahim was arrested at the cargo shed of the airport for attempting to export food items, which he had hidden blocks of cannabis. I mean, just so many trucks loaded with drugs that were coming from Lagos and Onitsha and were intercepted in Abia State, and so many others. Good news in Kaduna State, a notorious drug dealer has been arrested or re-arrested because he jumped bail. He's known as Shehu Kabiru, also known as Tanzaria. And so many other things was caught with. But now there's also a syndicate, a fake employment syndicate that had been caught. So these people pretend to give Nigerians, employment. You pay them 400,000 naira, and they give people this employment. They were caught with NDLEA ID cards, guarantor forms, INEC offer of appointment letter, Nigerian Customs Special Replacement Form and Appointment Letter, Nigeria Correctional Service Replacement Form, credentials of some applicants' receipts, passport photos, SIM packs, and so on. So we hope that this will mean Nigerians understand that there are people who are out there, just wanting to take your money from you.
Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue with the review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Okay. Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup
check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script
check.
Are we set in the VCR? All team in place? VCR
check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it.
Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Come close. Thanks for staying with us. We're still reviewing Punch. Yes, Dr. had a story in Punch?
Yes, so the follow-up on the train abductors that were abducted since March 28th. If we remember, they have 68 people in captivity, 26 injured. We lost 6 people during that terrible incident. And so far, the government has said, the federal government has said that they are now seeking advice from they are seeking foreign assistance in terms of intelligence because the negotiation has ended in a deadlock. A pregnant lady was released. A pregnant lady had a baby while being abducted, and she's still with them. So the story right now is they've reached out to the US, the UK, the international bigwigs to help on how to go about it. The reason for this is because the kidnappers are not asking for money. They're asking for release of their top officials held by the Nigerian government. And I'm actually wondering what the US would do for us right now. Like, what would they advise us to release, or would they, because the solution is, it seems like the government has said we don't know what to do again by this move, and our heart just goes out to the entire family of the 68 people still held hostage right now.
Okay, so the Lagos State government have another story in Punch. The general manager of the Lagos State Building Control Agency, Architect Bolan Oki, said that they have a mandate from the state to identify, remove, and distress non-conforming buildings within the metropolis to forestall needless collapses and tragedies. According to them, they're having serious challenges in removing some of these buildings because people have actually built frontages, you know, in front of like the stores that they used to sell stuff. So it's difficult for them to build. So it's even hard for them to even determine which one is distressed or not because you've built so much activity in front of these buildings. So they've given them a 7-day ultimatum to vacate those places because they're going to come in strong and pull those buildings down. Moving on quickly now to Daily Sun. Tension fears in Borno over alleged fresh blasphemy. Oshimbajo Bala Mohammed Saraki woo Southeast Jigawa and Kogi States delegates. Umahi is still in presidential race, not vying for Senate, says Ebonyi government. Court suspends sharing of derivation funds to oil-producing states. Those fueling ethnic religious war in Southwest would regret it, says Gani Adams. NDLEA seizes over 200,000 tramadol tablets in raids of 4 states. Justice Mary Odili saved my political career, says Wike. And Igbo Elders Council opens up on insecurity and power shift. Okay. So
the High Court sitting in Abuja has altered the sharing of the derivation funds to all producing states. That's about a 1 trillion naira due to those states because the Imo State government has brought an action against, the revenue generation, RAMFAC, really. And this, of course, is the Imo State is seeking to assert their own oil-producing status and get their share of this amount. So the court has said, for the interim, let's stall the sharing of that money until the matter is listened to substantively.
Okay, another story in Son?
Yes, Lassa fever. So Lassa fever has scaled 151 in 17 weeks. That's from the NCDC. And I don't think we're taking it as seriously as we could because it's largely preventable. Over 723 cases have been managed in the case management centers for Lassa fever disease. 23 states have reported and confirmed cases of this disease. And the NCDC is saying on their website that this is the reports released on Sunday. Another of the challenges, the last time we had a major outbreak like this was in 2016. And we spent a lot of money on COVID. I wish we would pay as much attention to Lassa fever and avoid this 151 deaths we have so far.
So the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò gbogbo Yorùbá, I don't know, I always sing that song. So Iba Gani Adams has warned those who are fanning the embers of war, saying they're capable of fueling ethnic division and religious war in the country, that he's going to take it very seriously. They say we're in the midst of a full-blown crisis in Nigeria, and unless something is done, we might lead to more complicated anarchy. According to him, he says that they will resist every insidious plans to set the Southwest on fire, but he will state categorically that they will ensure peace and there'll be no religious conflict within the Southwest area. So he's just responding and reacting to the happenings that happened in the North earlier, saying that it shouldn't come down to the Southwest because they are ready to resist any such acts. Okay, moving on quickly now to Vanguard. APC governors, senators draw battle line over Lawan. Court holds sharing of derivation funds to oil-producing states. Train attack bandits release pregnant woman. 2023, we want Yoruba referendum, not interim government, says group. Lagos motor crisis, NURT orders MC Oluomo to vacate office complex. Hackers can now unlock steel vehicles. NCC warns Nigerians. Oshomole undergoes APC senatorial screening. Ukraine-Russia war presidential power initiative faces new hurdle. And yeah, that's it. Which other story?
Oh, I have this, yes. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, is warning Nigerians, especially car owners, that hackers now have a way of remotely unlocking your car and stealing it, starting it and stealing it. They named the Honda car in particular and Acura car models. They say these cars are more susceptible to the attack because the way it works is that it has a radio frequency that you can lock and unlock and start your car. And these hackers have a way of intercepting that and then sending it out at the time that they want that they can steal your car. I was reading it to the very end to find out, okay, I have Honda, I have Acura, what am I supposed to do now that you have told me? At the very bottom, they say, however, when affected, only mitigation is to reset your key fob at the dealership. So how do you know when you're affected or not affected? The affected car manufacturer may provide a security mechanism that generates fresh codes for each authentication request. This makes it difficult for any attacker to replay the codes thereafter. So if you suspect that it may have been intercepted, you go to the car dealership to change codes.
Okay, we have very little time left. Let's try to see what we can take in. Nigerian Tribune. Screening APC aspirants face criminal records certificate scrutiny. Picture here of Governor of Anambra State visiting Nnamdi Kanu yesterday in Abuja. Nnamdi Kanu unhappy over killings, stay-at-home order in Southeast Soludo. Ekiti nears COVID-19 free status as 70,000 samples return negative. Return to cabinet uncertainty over fate of Malami and Ngige. How open defecation fuels poliomyelitis over on other infection diseases in Nigeria. Hackers can now unlock start vehicle engines by says NCC. I think you talked that story. Okay,
so Governor of Anambra State visited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the IPOB leader, in prison, and he said that he met him in high spirits and that they had a quality, frank discussion, and that he expressed his sadness over the killings and the sit-at-homes across the southeast. And he also said that if he had the opportunity, he would gladly, personally broadcast to his followers to maintain peace in the area.
Okay, let's rush quickly now to the points. Let's find a story we've not taken. Some human interest stories here. It says, wicked not ripe to lead Nigeria. It says, Fabi. Pastor, wife face trial for allegedly swindling church of 1.7 million naira. City Pulse, I beat my wife to reset her brain. Man tells court as wife seeks divorce. A major headline, countdown to 2023, state of the play, Tinubu Bello Oshibajo lead in APC.
Yeah, I took that story. So this mother of three, her name is Florence Oga, and she's approached the Boeing State Family Law Center asking for a divorce. She's been married to her husband, Charles Oga, for 10 years, and she says in the time he's beat her on 17 different occasions. You know, for minor disagreements, he has taken her phone away from her, would not allow her have friends or meet her family, and yet at the slightest provocation, he's beating her up. the man, they asked him, he said, yes, so I beat her because she nags too much and I need to reset her brain. And that if she wants a divorce, she can get the divorce. In fact, even me, I am tired of a woman that is not submissive. There's no woman that can stay in a man's house that is not submissive. And they have asked him, okay, while you're separated, just make sure you pay her 20,000 naira per month and see to the school fees of the children. He thinks he has said something normal. He thinks
it's quite sad. We're still dealing with this matter.
Yes,
let's
the mindset we're dealing with.
Let's go on a quick break. Maybe come. That's why when Nima said earlier that in Admiralty with the bond, this all of us. You know, just sometimes I just worry. Let's go on a break. When we come back, we'll bring in our first guest of the day. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup.
Check.
Are the scripts on the prompter? Script.
Check.
Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR.
Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights on. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics.
the ladies of your view and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it. Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss.
Thanks for staying with us. So join us on the show is a presidential aspirant under the platform of the Young Progressives Party, Mr. Osun. He'll be discussing his presidential aspiration with us. You can join the conversation on 081-270-53687, 091-390-7694. You can also tweet us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweets. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
So you're one of those running for office of the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And one of the things we try to do here is, support many underdogs, in quotes, young women, people who are not well known. Let's see if we can give them our platform, fresh faces. Give them a platform to show themselves. And I know you're a Nigerian who lived abroad for many years and decided to come back home. Tell us about why you want to be president and why you think it's this time that it's crucial for you to become president.
Well, just like everybody else, I've been observing what's been going on over the years. Actually, I've lived it, okay, because I've actually been in Nigeria for so many years now. And a lot of my friends in the U.S. were telling me, you better come back, and leave that place alone and all that. But I kept thinking to myself, what legacy are we leaving for our children? This can't continue forever. The thing is just deteriorating on a daily basis. Okay, so if you have opportunity to do something about it, then do it. Right. Because a whole lot of our citizens are actually fleeing. They are running away from the country. Now, if everybody runs away, who will be left to fix?
So let's speak to the issues. Okay. So there's so many issues. There's economic issues, there's insecurity issues. Let's start with one. Let's start with one.
Yes, so I was going to ask that, a lot of presidential aspirants will come and they would give you a whole list of things that they are going to do. But for me personally, I'm thinking, let's find out someone who wants to say, I want to take on 1 or 2 issues that really bite me. And I feel that in doing those 1 or 2, it would have a ripple effect on the others. What is that 1 thing or 2 things that you feel that if it is tackled the moment you become president, it will have a positive ripple effect on the economy in general?
Okay. From my observation, because I've studied the situation extensively, and I came to the conclusion that our number 1 problem is we're not organized. Okay, because when you organize, it becomes easier to tackle individual issues. Okay, all this insecurity, even economic depression and everything stems out of one thing. We're not organized. And when everybody just does whatever they want to do, from the top to the bottom, then you have chaos.
So what does organize mean? How do you organize?
You organize by establishing a set way of doing things, like independent institutions, so that somebody will not just come from the top, and just disrupt the whole thing because they feel like they have power over you. And similarly to what they had in the U.S., and pretty much you establish ways of doing things. Look at the recent thing that happened in Sokoto. Now, if we have a way of doing things, I don't think people will be so inclined to be stoning people and burning them and all that, but because people know that they can get away with these kind of things.
This morning, Oladimeji Fabi, a special aide to the presidential candidate for the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, was saying that he didn't think the governor of Rivers State was ripe enough for governance. And when he was asked why, he said that, you know, the issues of Nigeria is... So he thinks that the president who should govern this country must understand the complexity of our differences as a people. How deep do you have, you know, how deep is your knowledge of the complexities of our differences? You know, for instance, the religious difference that led to Deborah's death in Sokoto, you know, and to our ways of addressing our lack of trust in the institutions of the police that would lead to the killing of David in Lekki.
Okay. Now, religion happens to be a very, very, you know, dicey problem that we have here, and we need to educate our kids, you know, because actually religion is subject to the interpretation of the receiver.
Yeah.
Okay, and some people just receive it, you know, and to the extreme. And we just have to have a national conversation about this, you know, and to make sure that whatever they comply with the rules, with the law of the land. Now, a lot of our religious leaders are really not helping matters, you know, by the way they preach, you know, and we need to be sensitive to other people's beliefs.
Okay.
You know,
so I'm one of those that believe that a lot of people aspire to become the president of Nigeria, and we've spoken to a few politicians that achieved their goals, and then they were shocked by it. We did not know it was this bad. Even this administration, when they started, said they didn't know it was this bad. They didn't know that the economy was this bad. Over and over again, it was the previous government, Now, everybody that comes on the show, we tell them, like, things are bad. Do you know how bad things are? And are you ready to confront the huge challenge that it would take to being a president of a country as complex as Nigeria?
Yes, I do know that things are very bad, you know, but it could be simplified. Number one, we lack enforcement mechanism, okay? If we have the will to enforce applicable laws that we already have, a whole lot of these problems will reduce, okay? Because it goes back to what I said earlier on, that people just feel like they can do whatever the heck they want, you know? And in terms of economy, am I allowed to talk about economy also?
Please.
Oh, okay. In terms of the economy, okay, what I believe that we've been doing wrong is that we concentrate power, you know, in the center, okay? But what you need to do is delegate authority. Take, for example, the CAC. They don't have any ease of doing business.
Yeah.
Okay, and I suggest that you allow each state to handle registration and determine how business is being done within their state. This will also encourage competition. You understand what? And then it will add a little money to their treasury anyway, because they will be receiving all these payments. And another thing that I would suggest, I mean, maybe on an experimental basis for those who are kind of nervous about it, is to allow states to have their state police and local government police, and dissolve the police, the national police.
States say they can't afford it. You have to, we can't put the cart before the horse. I don't have money right now. I have not develop my IGR. I can't afford it. So why would you, how do I police my state? How do I start?
That's why I said on an experimental basis, so that the states that can afford it, they will go first. And you'll still maintain the federal police for the states that cannot afford it. And you see, if you don't try something, you'll never know if it's going to work or not. Okay.
Okay, let's go on a quick break. When we come back, we continue our conversation. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy eSplash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC Communications story.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked, and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in.
Thanks for staying with us. We still have our guest, Mr. Osun, who's running for President 2023 elections. You're a member of the Young Progressive Party. Someone to say you're 63 years old. Why are you in the party that's supposed to protect young people? Do you think you're young?
Yeah, I'm young at heart. And again, you know, I don't think young actually means, you know, you're age-wise, you're young. You know, your ideas are fresh. Your ideas are young, you see. And I've always been against limiting a certain segment of society to a particular school of thought. That, oh, they are young, they're this, and only young people can do it. No, it's whoever can do this thing. You understand what I'm saying?
Let me ask you another question that really, another major challenge that we have in Nigeria right now, which has affected a lot of people that have your experience, diaspora coming back home, diaspora funds coming back home, is challenge of insecurity, and insecurity in Nigeria is very polarized. Like, there's no state that doesn't have its own shade of insecurity challenge. So I want you to sell your security solution, hearing that hard, that if I were the president and Nigeria is the way Nigeria is now, what are the things I would do? How will I handle Sokoto State? How will I handle Imo State? How will I handle Anambra State? What is happening in Rivers State? What is happening in Lagos State? How will I handle these issues? How will I work with the state government in practical terms if you had the power?
Okay, thanks for the question. But it borders on what I said earlier. You know, you should allow the states and localities to control their own security. Of course, there will be assistance from the federal, but you can't just throw everything, you know, at the federal like that. We expect too much from the central government. We need to delegate authority. And again, local governments, you know, the local authorities are more familiar with their own people. So they are better able to handle the security.
Okay, my next question is, subsidy or no subsidy? What do you think?
Well, in terms of subsidy, I think it needs a little, you need to look at it a little further than that, because, I mean, I may be wrong, but I seem to recollect that sometime early in 2012, we had this big demonstration nationwide when they jacked up the price of fuel to 140-something, 145 naira, you know, but as a compromise, they ended up reducing it to 97 naira. Okay, and everybody was fine with that. Now, the price of petrol is 162, which means, you know, they've removed subsidy from it. You understand what I'm saying? So why are we still talking about subsidy if, you know, fuel subsidy...
The price has already gone up. The price is over 200. And crude prices have risen, because what crude was saying then is different from what it is right now. But I think one of the issues we've had was on this table, we've debated and argued, because it's a major crux of our problem. Federal government say, I don't have money. because I'm paying trillions for subsidy. Labour will say, don't remove subsidy because you're going to, the common man cannot afford to buy fuel if it's at that high cost. So the cost, what Mariam is saying is that when you become president and you have that power, what would be your own direction concerning the issue of subsidy? Should we take it out or should we leave it on?
Well, eventually it's going to be taken out, but we have to leave it on right now because a whole lot of people are struggling to make ends meet. We have to be sensitive to the needs of the people, okay? And that's just my take on that.
So just because you said sensitivity to the needs of people, when the CAC did an amendment and religious bodies rose up and, went for their jugular, the governor of Kaduna State also tried to regulate religion in his state. Khan would not even let it see the light of day. So how sensitive would you say we should continue to be on some of these issues, and how assertive should we be on some of them?
Well, I think we need to be very forceful in enforcing applicable laws, regardless of popular sentiment in some parts of the country or the other. Of course, you will enter into negotiation with them, but in the end, you still have to come up with a solution that everybody will be happy with. It's a complex problem. It's not simple, but we must give it a shot.
Right. Okay, that's all we can take. Well, thank you so much. We wish you the best. We wanted to just bring you on, have an opportunity to tell Nigerians what your plans. In one sentence, I'd like to just tell Nigerians what you did in a summary. What would you do for them if they vote you our president in 2023?
Well, what I'll do, let me just sum it up, like you said, is I'm going to restore hope in Nigeria. This is a campaign of hope, because talking to a whole lot of people, I've discovered that a lot of people have lost hope in the country, in the system, and that's why you see this exodus of Nigerians going abroad, brain drain. So we have to make the conditions conducive for them, to be able to come back and contribute to the development of the country. Right. This issue is bigger than just one person. It must involve everybody. Right. And that's my take on that.
Thank you very much for coming. We're speaking to Mr. Ola Osun, who's running for president 2023. Let's go on a break. When we come back, move on to other hot topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Come closer. A little bit more. Perfect. I have exciting news for you. You asked for it and you got it. Your favorite breakfast show, Your View, will be going to 2 hours. We're going to have in-depth analysis of the newspaper review and more conversations on the hot topics. The ladies of Your View and I will be stirring up our guests to get an in-depth into all the various topics, and you, our viewers, will have the opportunity to call in and share your views. After all, it's your view. Join us on Your View, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. for a fantastic conversation. Don't miss it.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day, all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey, as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
Helen Paul. Don't be surprised. I'm a new twin. I know you've heard of Epic Toilet Cleaner.
Of course.
And for the rest of your bathroom?
I use detergent and bleach to clean.
Madam, detergent and bleach does not give you better cleaning. In the bathroom, you find tough stains like grime, lime scale, and hidden underneath are germs. Introducing new Epic Bathroom Cleaner. Dilute it in water to clean the floor. And for tough stains, use directly on surface to give you 10 times better cleaning versus detergent and kills germs as well.
Wow!
So blue
for my toilet
and red
for my bathroom to be good as new.
Being a TV host, I can tell you that being a parent is one of the biggest reality shows you will ever produce. Hi. Oh, yeah. As cute as they can be, even you need to take a break to take care of some of the other realities of life. And that's why the TVC Staff Crash was put together to help parents just like me get those professional childcare services that they need. Come on, let's go, let's go. The TVC Staff Crash Baby Lounge team of professionals are here to help take a load off your mind. The TVC Staff Crash is a nursing mom support system, a toddler's safe haven, and a young learner's academy throughout the year. It's comfortable, convenient, and with competitive pricing for the modern parent. So, while they learn through play, you can go about getting your pay. The TVC Staff Crash, open to the public from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m.
Thanks for staying with us. So a story set many Lagosians were outraged about a story that broke over the weekend about a young man, Dave, that was set ablaze allegedly by hoodlums within the Admiralty area of Lekki in Lagos State. According to Punch, we read that story that he and his two friends, Frank and another person, were on a motorcycle to a destination. And when they got there, there was an argument about 100 naira. Back and forth, the 100 naira change. The two friends were arguing with the motorcyclists, and then Dave went in and then came outside, saw them, and the fight ensued, and he was beaten up. And then the motorcyclists had called in other people within the neighborhood. They came in to join the fight, where he was then set ablaze. Now, obviously, this happened over the weekend, and many Lagosians were outraged because of the possibility of an incident like this happening in the States. that many feel is one of the safest states in this country. And it was quite sad to have this story. Our heart goes out to the family of that young man, but it still talks to so many angles. The issue of community policing, the issue of bystanders, the issue of motorcyclists or Okada riders and Lagos State, the issue of response in time like that, the issue of jungle justice. You feel that, okay, somebody cheated you and you take laws into your own hand. There's so many layers. We were just talking last week about what happened to Deborah. I was saying, oh, this thing happened only in the north, but the truth is that it happens across the country. Yep. These are Nigerians within Lagos State who set another Nigerian ablaze. So the conversation, therefore, as is open, you can call us on 08127053687, 09139076948. You can also tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YourViewTVC so we can read your tweet. We hope to have the PRO of Lagos State Police very soon before the end of the conversation. Tell us to hear the updates, what they're doing in getting these hoodlums. There were videos also. Did you guys see the, I didn't see the video, but I heard that there were videos. Somebody actually recorded what happened and put it online. What are your thoughts on this? Because it's quite disheartening. Anyone want to start?
Okay. So also in Edo State, a young man was beaten for stealing, and he was mobbed and killed also. The video from David's was what was heartbreaking for me. I couldn't watch it. I just read through what the story was about. And he was recorded at the time he was fighting when the Okada riders ganged on him. So this Okada rider who had a fight with his friend called for backup from other Okada riders. And you know their usual practice happens to every car user in Lagos. You know, once something happens between you and them, they just add up, they just multiply on the person. And so that was what happened, and decided to beat him particularly till he passed out. They brought in a tire and poured fuel on him and set him ablaze. In Lagos, you know, what pained me was that all that fracas, all that fighting, everything happened. No response, no police patrol. You know, if you'd expect that individual Nigerians will come and respond like that, it will be a wild dream. But you'd expect that, you know, a security agent will stop that, or somebody would have called 727, somebody would have done something, and, you know, before, at least while they're fighting, before it gets to the point where they beat him to pulp, set him ablaze, pour petrol on him, at least even at the point of pouring petrol on him, somebody would have said something, but nothing happened. And so the video of the entire thing is painful to watch. That, you know, this one was not happening. They were fighting and nobody in a state where you'd expect that they have proper response team.
Well, sometimes I don't know where these people are from. I don't know where these guys are from, because they are young people within this area. But I remember there was a time that my own cousin got stabbed in this kind of situation where he was trying to buy suya, and the suya person stabbed him. And I know the family never remained the same after that, after the death of this young girl, of my cousin. And since then, I'm always very careful when I'm in the public, in certain places. When there's a problem, I just walk away. I just have that mentality, because sometimes arguing for something like as low as 100 naira can get you killed in this country. So since that thing that happened, anytime there's an issue, especially when you're in the midst of the public, where you have hoodlums and everything, just walk away, because you never know what's going to happen. But it's sad that in 2022, we're still having to deal with this kind of issues, hoping that we have a government in place to actually protect citizens.
Maria, I think what makes it shocking is we're talking of Admiralty Way. You know Admiralty Way now. So that's how Nigerians would call a touche place, you know, and that it's also a busy road. And you'd expect that there's police presence on that road, that they're just, maybe if they were hoodlums, but that there'll be more sane people in the area to try and, you know, do something about it. So I guess they said 2 of his friends joined or came and found out that he was being beaten, and they beat those ones up too, and those 2 ended up in hospital. So clearly, I'm sure individuals were thinking there's no way I could get involved in this. And the only way would have been to call the police. For me, is how long did this fight take to the point that he was beaten and then burnt before, you know, the police got involved? But the truth is that we're talking about a mindset here. I know that we have to be sensitive and careful, but a lot of the time when we talk about Okada drivers in Lagos State, many people have talked about the fact that they come from the north. And I have said it here before that a lot of these young boys coming from the north are coming from a lot of violence. A lot of them have come from villages that have been ransacked, parents that have been killed. They have seen all they knew. This is what they grew up to know. Yes. And the only thing, they pick up a bike and come and, they're coming to Lagos to earn a living. But they're also coming with emotional trauma and, baggage. And that is why we, when we talked about this, we talked about the fact that the government, the governors need to do something about rehabilitating them. That when you come in, there has to be a registration of some sort, a training of some sort. These people have, for some of them, maybe no proper parental guidance, The only way they know how to address conflict is by even being more violent. So on that note, I feel that when it comes to bike Okadas on the road, they need to be given uniforms, ID cards, given training, all sorts of things before they're on that road. Now, for the victims for just being Nigerian, that mentality of you can just get up and just stab someone or just kill someone, honestly, I wonder where this is coming from. It's as if there's some spirit, something that has just been blown into the air, and everybody is angry, and they think that the only way that they can handle anything is to take someone's life. You take someone's life, you're not even afraid. You come out in your numbers, you're not afraid that anything would happen to you. But really, I think it's because these people feel that there's nothing they have to lose. There's nothing to lose. I've lost everything I'm coming from. I have only this bike. If anything happens to me, maybe it's even better for me. But the government needs to step in really in just making sure that when people come in to do any form of business within a state, that these people are trained, people are registered.
Let me take this, before I come to you, Tokwe, let me take, I'm told we have the PPRO, Superintendent of Police, Benjamin Hudain, Lagos State, the PPRO office. Good morning, sir, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good to have you on the show. Could you give us an update on what happened over the weekend? We heard that this young man was allegedly set ablaze by hoodlums on Admiralty in Lagos State, and people are still shocked to hear this story. Could you give us an update? Did it happen, and have any arrests been made so far?
Yes, it's actually happened. It happened on Thursday, not the weekend, actually before the weekend, on Thursday, May 12, 2022. And while this was going on, some residents in that area put a call across to the DPO, and he responded swiftly. He got there with his men, and this crime was actually being committed. And he was able to arrest 4 people on the spot there, people that were directly involved in the sad incident. So the case is, investigation is ongoing, and to ensure that we have a very thorough investigation into this heinous crime, the Commissioner of Police, CP Abiodun Alabi, has directed that the case be transferred to the State Criminal Investigation Department, Yaba. So we can assure Lagosians that due diligence will be done. The fleeing culprit will be arrested. A manhunt has started for that. They'll be arrested, and they will all be charged to court to serve as deterrents to other people that might be thinking of doing such a thing.
Okay, so let me just ask a question, because really I wanted to give my opinion. But before I ask a question, let me give my opinion. Number one, David was not a thief. We've heard mob killings, lynching happening based on, they caught a thief and chose to carry out jungle justice. This was not jungle justice. This was a 2 fighting, 3 fighting. Sadly, because I was doing my research, I saw a picture of the boy lying down and tire and fire on him. And I just couldn't say anything when the show started, because it's just heartbreaking. A young man that is working and there's tire, and people took pictures, people did video, they posted it, people drove past. So that for me was really worrisome. Okada riders have been banned on major roads. And I know that Admiralty is one of those roads where Okada riders had been banned. So obviously, it was totally wrong for Okada riders to be there in the first place. Sir, I want to ask you this question because our last guest was saying one of the biggest challenges we have is that we don't implement rules. So we say Okada riders are banned on road, but we don't implement it. So people get away with doing things. Is it true that Okada riders have been banned on that particular road, that they shouldn't have been there in the first place? And how many people have been arrested and what's the timeline for us to expect some form of justice being carried out?
Yes, the law of the state government banning the activities of motorcycle riders in certain parts of the state still subsists. It hasn't been repealed, it hasn't been changed, and we've been implementing them. On a daily basis, these motorcycle riders are arrested, their motorcycles confiscated. On a daily basis, they are handed over to the task force. On a daily basis, these motorcycles are crushed. So we keep doing this, but you're eradicating an existing crime. It doesn't happen overnight. But I can assure you that efforts are being redoubled every day. The Commissioner of Police practically breathes down the neck of his TPOs and area commanders, urging them, encouraging them to do more. So these are things we are doing, and we have not relented, and we'll keep doing them.
So
I don't know if that answers your question.
Yeah. But let's pick Lagos as a case study, because I live where I see your area commands. We see people from the Commissioner of Police Office from Ikeja coming to raid, task force office. At Second Rainbow, there's always a confrontation. And when you feel the pulse of the Okada riders there, they say that, it's a harvest of money from them that, the police usually come to do. So they pick their people, take their Okadas, but they don't intend to deter anybody from operating their Okadas. Just pay and you go. How far, and this is a fact, because, we have an insular killing of a confrontation between the police and where a police officer was killed. So how far have you gone to investigate the activities of your officers? And what exactly are you doing to, to make sure that an end is put, proper enforcement of the ban is done?
Okay, what I know for a fact, what I can ascertain is that we arrest motorcycle operators on that road because they are actually breaking the law, and the law states that we should confiscate their bikes, and we do that. What I cannot confirm is what you are saying now, that all they do is harvest of money. I don't know. It's an allegation. Okay. I'm sure the Commissioner of Police is watching this program and is going to take that up. We'll investigate that part. But like I said, it's confirmed that we arrest these people on a daily basis. I think what I'm going to do to convince Lagosians now is to roll out statistics. How many motorcycles have we arrested in the past months?
Okay.
And what has been done to that? I'll do that. I'll take it up now.
Okay.
Because it is a fact that we do that.
Just a quick follow-up. Would you say that this is a problem that is overwhelming for you, and maybe you need to change strategy? I mean, if you are constantly arresting them daily and you have you have statistics to show that you're doing this and it hasn't stopped, do you think that you need to look into your strategy?
Well, I wouldn't know if it's a matter of strategy. This is a federation. Lagos is not a country. Lagos is a state within a country, and the Constitution permits freedom of movement. So the influx of people into Lagos State, movement in and out of Lagos is very high, higher than any other state. So you can understand that, okay, we do this today, we see it tomorrow, but our strategy is not useless. It's working. It's what we'll continue to use. All we need is to maybe redouble our efforts. But saying that strategy is not working, no, I disagree. It's working. We just need to redouble our efforts. And in a matter of time, these problems should subside.
Mr. Odeyin, what about results? So, this strategy, the aim of strategy is to have results. Maybe arresting them is not working. Don't you think stopping them and enforcing, you can't go on this lane, you're banned from there, putting your men on ground, who will not take money but turn them back or something, to reduce them. No, to reduce their movement, because there's a law now. What about results? This is not productive.
Yeah, I just want to add that it has happened before where they were banned and we saw them banned and they were not anywhere. So it has worked before. So what was done before that worked and what is happening now that is not working?
That question, what was done before that it worked and now that it's not working? Well, like I said again, your claim that it worked before and it's not working, I don't know if I'm going to agree with that. I want to take it as your very honest opinion. You mean no harm, it's your opinion, but I don't want to agree with that. Our strategies that were put in place have worked, are still working, and will continue to work. All we need to do is review them, redouble our efforts to make sure that our results don't depreciate. They actually remain the same, or at best, they actually improve, or at best remain the same. So our strategies, like I said earlier, is in place. Okay. We'll redouble our efforts.
All right. Yes. Thank you very much. Let me let you go at this time, because this is still a matter that we can actually trace back to so many factors. I mean, some would argue that technology can help in this kind of situations, and that could help with local government autonomy we'll be screaming about. Yeah. Because what you talked about earlier of registration, you come into a local government, we know everybody that's coming in. If it's 10 Okada riders at Admiralty, we know there are 10. If it is at Legushi, we know there are, we have a database. We can trace. We have, if we have a local government that is a strong local government within these various communities, maybe we will have this kind of depth.
Policy flip-flop. We had a few very innovative, privately managed solutions to this problem. Companies got funding, private hailing cabs, hailing bikes were brought into Lagos, a lot of them. People started trusting that system as opposed to the local ones on the road. That could have been a viable solution where we would have migrated every form of bike transportation into registered hailing cabs. But a government policy truncated that entire business model, turned us years back. Under Fashola, we had a bike law that was implemented. There was no bike. It worked. River State doesn't have bikes. It works. States can stop bikes. Kano stopped it. It used to be everywhere in Kano State. I'm saying that we know for a fact that citizens need bikes to move around. Absolutely. And I cannot deny that. I don't use it because of where I am now, but I know what I used to, and I have many staff and family members that use it. So I cannot just say, oh, outright ban. But in regulating, we had a good policy. I cannot cry over what happened in the past, but can we go back? If something worked in the past, let's go back to it.
Okay, we have to wrap up on this. Thank you so much. PPRO, thank you very much for joining us this morning. I mean, these are just thoughts of Nigerians. We can understand the outrage, knowing that this happened.
Innocent man.
And you said
not a criminal. He's not a criminal. Going to work.
All right.
Not a criminal.
We have to wrap up on this. And we come back to other hot topics. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Guys, we can't leave.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bolly, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and available to viewers in the UK on Sky TV. Watch all of our world-class programs on TV, online, and on our app. TVC and TVC News, the best entertainment and news for Nigeria on TV and online.
And when you can't watch us, Listen to us. 102.3 Max FM Lagos and 90.9 Max FM Abuja are now ranked among the most listened to radio stations in Nigeria.
Now, with over 1.5 million listeners every day, we're the people's favorite radio station. Best hit music, best on-air talent. Max 102.3 hit music for Lagos and Max 90.9 hit music for Abuja. We are your home for that fun, entertainment, and hit music.
In Lagos, TVC, our leading family entertainment TV channel, has a 47% market share. But this is just the start of our journey as we plan to add even more services to entertain and inform our ever-growing audience. Thanks for being part of the TVC communication story.
How we're doing, guys? Is the makeup in progress? Makeup? Check. Are the scripts on the prompter? Script? Check. Are we set in the PCR? All team in place? PCR? Check. Clock is ticking, time is racing, lights are. Plans all set. 120 minutes of hot entertainment. We are ready for the mission.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the art.
Thanks for staying with us. We're in a different segment now. So joining us on the show on this segment is the former Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Osun State and the Senate spokesman, Senator Ajibola Bashiru. Welcome, sir, to the show. Hello, sir. Are you there?
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for joining us on the show. Before we go into other conversations, it's been great to hear your official response concerning what happened in Sokoto concerning the death of Deborah. I think we're yet to hear specifically from the Senate on this matter. What are your thoughts on this?
Yes, I think it is very important for us to, as a nation, to take issue of religious education very seriously. Most of the things that happen untoward sin, I may say, in the area of religious intolerance comes from lack of understanding of even what the religion is all about among the adherents. And there also appear to be some sense of intolerance of one religion or the other. As a Muslim, for instance, I know that the injunction in the Holy Quran is specifically to say that there is no compulsion in religion, la ikraha fi din. And when it comes to apostasy or blasphemy, the reward or the punishment, as the case may be, is in the hand of Almighty Allah. So there's a need for us as a nation to take issue of religious education, religious tolerance very seriously, and also avoid a situation whereby we almost at every point in time politicize decisions that are secular in nature and turn it to religious matter.
Senator, let me take you up on this, because now that this thing happened, everyone is talking about it across the nation, condemning it. We heard from Sheikh Gumi, we heard from the Sultan, we heard from the governor, even heard from President Muhammadu Buhari himself condemning it. But there's a crucial question. How did these young men get to this point, to this belief system? Who was monitoring? Who are those responsible for this thinking, this narrative that has gone deep? And what can we do to reverse it? Because it's easy for us to condemn it, but there's a huge block for a whole Atiku Abubakar to delete his tweet. He understands clearly that there's a huge block of voters within Nigeria who have this belief system. So what can we do practically to reverse it?
I think just as my comment is predicated on the fact that we need proper education, or maybe could I call it re-education, as to the content of each of the religion. And it is not only limited to Islam, it's also cut across even other religions like Christianity and even traditional religious worshippers. There's a need to do a proper orientation to see the liberalism in the idea and concept of religion, generally. So what is being peddled as belief system is actually ignorance of even that belief system. And that's why I have said that even as a Muslim, what we were taught in Islamic school is that la ikraha fi din, there's no compulsion in religion. And a chapter of the Quran was devoted to say that, and that's a surah about those unbelievers. Lakun dinukun waliyadin. I have my religion and you have your own religion. So if God Almighty, even in the Holy Book of Quran, has made it clearly to say that leave me and the unbeliever for me to decide on the day of judgment, it is not for us not to enlighten our people, particularly the people at the lower level of the social strata, to understand the liberalism that is in religion and to have a clear understanding of religion. We have a lot of responsibility to do in terms of enlightenment, education, conscientization, mobilization, and proper orientation. Right. It goes beyond condemnation or lack of condemnation.
Okay.
So one of the things that I feel has let this sort of thing continue is that we don't have quick, swift justice. You know, when we have quick, like immediately things happen, something wrong happens, everybody speaks against it, arrest is made, they are expedited through the court, and then you have justice carried out. It sort of would send a very strong message to everyone. And then we also trace to who are the people perpetrating these messages. We've seen some things online, some people saying that, okay, this person said this person pushed this narrative, these are video clips of messages, audio clips of messages, and then we go straight to the source and we decisively deal with the issue. Justice would reduce the occurrence of what we see as a bit of chaos in our environment. Do you agree with that, sir? And how do you think you can support?
You see, I'm a student of jurisprudence, and that's philosophy of law. It is still debatable whether the deterrence principle of criminal adjudication has actually served its purpose. One of the rationale, for instance, for death penalty and long sentence of imprisonment is because it will serve as deterrence. But it's still debatable among criminal jurists whether that has served its purpose. For me, as a jurist, I think it is better to prevent rather than to invoke criminal adjudicatory system after the deed has been done. No matter what retributory system you put in place to what you call justice system, it will not bring back the dead. It will not heal the wound that has occurred in the social fabric of our society. So I would rather say that, yes, it is good for justice to be met as we know it, but it's also good to put preventive mechanism, which has to do with constructive engagement of the populace, particularly those at the lower rung of social strata, and properly educate, orientate, and sensitize them as to the need for liberalism and tolerance in religious spheres.
All right, let me go on a quick break. When we come back and continue our conversation, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ kú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
ọkọ tí wàá sọ yẹn.
Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi sì sọ kí.
Torí kí ni?
àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ píjẹ́ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkí ọmọ tó mọ ẹgbọ́n mọ́. àwọn kan wà tí wọ́n bá kú tọ́jọ́ kú wọn ò tí ì pé wọ́n á papòdà síbòmíì.
Is that how you gonna say it?
ọkọ tí wàá sọ yẹn.
Bó ṣe wá kọ̀wé ránṣẹ́ yìí pé òun fẹ́ rí mi kájọ fojúkojú yìí kò yé èmi o.
bó ṣe pé ẹ̀rí ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ àyà mi sì sọ kí.
Torí kí ni?
àkọ́yẹ́ kọ́ mọ píjẹ́ ẹ̀mí lẹ́kùnmọ́ yọmọ mú yẹn rí flashback jọ́ ìkí ọmọ tó mọ ẹgbọ́n mọ́.
At TVC Communications, we're all about our audience. Millions of viewers, listeners, and readers every day all around Nigeria.
Our 2 TV stations are among the most watched in Nigeria.
TVC News is our award-winning 24-hour national and international news channel headquartered here in Lagos, broadcasting live from our custom-built state-of-the-art news headquarters.
TVC, the top-rated family entertainment channel, is the place for fun, music, and information. With our breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria, the all-female chat show, Your View, the best soaps and dramas from Nolly, Bali, and Hollywood, music and entertainment blast, courtesy E-Splash, and of course, award-winning news and current affairs. It is all here.
With news bureau and studios around the country and the ability to go live anywhere, anytime, we are first for breaking news in Nigeria. Awarded the NMMA TV Station of the Year, TVC News is the station of choice for news that is first, accurate, balanced, and reliable every time. TVC and TVC News watched by over 4.5 million people in Nigeria every day on terrestrial, DTH, DTT, OTT, and...
Thanks for staying with us. We still have Senator Bashir with us, and he's also the spokesperson of the Senate. And more importantly, he's also the campaign chairman for the campaign council for Oyetola in Governor Oyetola in Osun State. Sir, concerning this work that you are set to do as the chairman of the campaign council for Governor Oyetola's return as governor, why do you think the people of Osun State should vote him in again?
I think I must first say that Governor Oyetola is actually the chairman of his campaign council. I'm the director general of the campaign council. Okay. And just as I stated at the meeting where the campaign council was inaugurated, I emphatically, stated that the standing performance of Governor Isaka Oyetola in the past, 3 years, will speak for his re-election on July 16, 2022. And what are these areas of sterling performance? In the area of industrial peace and relations, particularly as regards the industrial harmony in the public service in Nigeria, in Osun particularly, Governor Itola has performed excellently. To his credit, there has not been an incident of a state strike since he assumed the mantle of leadership in November 2018. And that is actually, a credit to the fact that notwithstanding the lean resources of the state, he has devoted his commitment to ensure that the workers earn their pay as at when due. And of course, in the area of infrastructure, he has been able to touch an area of critical infrastructural needs of our people. For instance, in my senatorial district, he has been able to touch a road at the Ibajo Road, which has been last touched since about 30 years ago. Then Ede to Ijibo Road has also been done. And of critical importance to mention is the liberal attitude of the governor. And one of the first set of roads constructed by Governor Itola is located in Ede, which appear to be the hotbed of the opposition in the last election. So no wonder that Ede people are now rooting for Governor Itola. In the area of social intervention, Governor Itola has done tremendously well in giving support to the small-scale industrialists, women, artisan groups, and importantly, the vulnerable in society. The introduction of NDLEA, which is a food support system for 30,000 vulnerable people, which has been on course for the past 1 year repeatedly. And of course, notwithstanding the challenge that COVID-19 pandemic had brought to the economy of the country, and particularly in the way it has adversely affected the state in terms of revenue earning, Governor Itola has used his keen understanding brought from the private sector of financial engineering to ensure that the state remain solvent and also able to meet not only with expectation of the current expenditure, but capital expenditure to alleviate the needs of the people.
Okay.
So I love the fact that you're very aware of how much is achieved. I'm just wondering if the people of Osun share your sentiments, because we had such laudable achievements by the former governor, but as soon as he stepped out of office, even his own members of his own cabinet thought he didn't do well.
I would agree with you. Nobody has talked negative about the former governor. And I must say, because I was a part and parcel of that government. I served as commissioner for special duties and regional integration. For every government, you have your lows, you have your highs. And the fact that ours is a continuation of an APC administration does not mean that we should not confront with eagle eye the challenges that any program that has been instituted is confronting, and then make necessary adjustment. Dynamism is very essential in government. And that is what has been done by Governor Itola. Nobody is saying somebody has not done well, but that you always pray. And I also, you people also pray that people who succeed you should do better, perform better, and be able to galvanize more than you have done. And that is what Governor Itola has done. And when it comes to people in Osun, they have been able to appreciate what the governor has done. Just a week ago, I was at the state program of the blacksmith and the weather association. And even before I spoke, they have already in the inaugural and welcome speech acknowledged the contribution of Governor Itola and adopted that they are solemnly adopting him as their candidate for the purpose of the election. And this cut across even non-Indian in the society and everywhere. And of course, our job as a campaign directorate is to ensure that we knock on every door, we walk on every street, and we evangelize on the tremendous achievements of Governor Itola and the need to consolidate democracy and development in Osun.
So I have a question from a fan here. He says, Mariah, please ask him why the neglect of the Ibajo Imesiile Eshaoke, I believe. Eshaoke, late Chief Bola Ige's hometown, and also Imesiile Oton, Ijebu, Ijesha Road, that those places were abandoned. Could you give us a reason why?
I incidentally, I passed through that road overnight yesterday because I traveled by road from Abuja to Shugbo yesterday because I have important appointment overnight. Yes, those roads are not abandoned. I saw 3 bridges, at least 3 bridges under construction in Imesile, Otonle, Axis yesterday when I was traveling. So I believe that the person that sent the question actually might not have been on that road for a long time.
Okay.
I know that there's much to still be done on that road, but when you want to do construction, when you have bridges to cross, I think the engineers tell us that it is very good to finish the hydraulics before you start construction of that road. I passed through that road less than 12 hours ago.
Maybe final question, yes.
Yes, I mean, if we're hearing the opposition, so sometimes I feel that another way you can test the credibility of a current administration is also to listen to the opposition. And there's accusation of giving contracts right now for the roads, for the township roads, as just a way to compensate people towards this election, because it's coming very close towards election time. This is not something that has been done before. What do you have to say in response to that?
Yeah, you see, as I promised, we want to run issue-based, campaign. And we will not want to engage a rudderless and incompetent opposition in unnecessary,
debates.
Look at it. Election is going to be in on July 16. It is the money for the contract being awarded in May and June that you use to do election, in July. It shows that the opposition in Osun, they are not only incompetent, they don't understand the workings of the government.
All right, we have very little time left. We have very little time. I want to throw in a few more questions for you. The point taken, I want to throw in a few more questions. Stop there, please.
Yeah, I wanted to ask about your IGR, but then there's this question from social media about how your candidate is going to win without the support of the current minister, the former governor and now minister of the minister, Rauf Aregbesola. And I think that's, apart from IGR, this is a more stronger question I'd like to get your opinion on.
Can you win without Rauf Aregbesola in Osun State?
My opinion is that, let me first say I'm a Muslim. And what, the Holy Quran told me is that Allahumma malikal mulku tutil mulka man tasha. God is the owner of sovereignty, and he gives sovereignty to whoever he wills. So it is in the hand of Almighty God, not an individual, whether Governor Itola will be returned. And I want to say that as a practical politician on ground, I'm a senator representing Osun Central Senatorial District. In 2019 election, the margin that opposition deficit of opposition in my senatorial district is 28,000 votes. We are going to replicate that in Osun Central, in Osun West, and Osun East, and take it to the bank. Governor Isaka Otola will win with high-sounding margin.
How has your IGR been? Internally generated revenue. Sir, what are you doing? Because one of the major problems, all our governors go cap in hand to federal government.
I've told you that today, you can look at the statistics of revenue allocation. Our state is number 34 on the ladder of allocation. As of today, in the past 3 years of Oyetola's administration, we have not borrowed a dime from any institution to finance any of our projects, and our IGR has been able to support largely our recurrent expenditure. Our fiscal policy is to ensure that we have on the capital side of our expenditure, more resources are allocated than on recurrent expenditure. And that is why consistently, the 3 budgets that have been done by the Tola administration, you have the capital vote to be in excess of 50%. That speaks to somebody who has a sterling understanding of the way public finance management should be done, and has adapted that, not only in terms of IGR, but in managing whatever you get, both in the IGR and from federal allocation.
All right, we have to wrap up. Thank you very much, Senator Ajibola Bashir. Okay, you're the right man they sent for the job, but it's all good. Hey, we wish you the best, and the campaign starts off. That's all we can take on this.
Thank you, and God bless you.
And we're going to break. When we come back now, we're going to show you the clip from the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your view will be right.
Of course, they need money so that they can run. The Lagos Food Bank is a non-profit nutrition-focused initiative committed to fighting hunger. Question number 6 for 50,000. All right, let's see it. The removal of trees from the forest to make room for something else is called what? Deforestation, blight, pollution, segregation.
We all got it? We all got it?
You're nodding your head. Do you know the answer?
Yeah.
What's the answer?
I know the answer.
What's the answer, please?
Deforestation.
Deforestation.
Removal of trees from the forest to make room for, it's deforestation.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, I'm very certain about
Final answer, deforestation.
Yes.
It's correct. You have 50,000 naira. Well done, Sumbo. Question 12 for 2 million naira. I offer you good luck.
Yes.
Here it is.
Yes, adjust yourself.
As in, we're gonna get it.
Yes.
What musical instrument did Benjamin... That laughter. The question just came by.
Invented an instrument. Oh.
What musical instrument did Benjamin Franklin invent? Oboe, banjo, piano, glass harmonica. Do you have any idea?
It's definitely not the piano.
Okay.
The banjo, I believe, has been in existence from before.
So has Benjamin.
Before. No, before Benjamin. I think, yeah, the banjo. The banjo is like a makeshift guitar.
What is an
The guitar and drum together. Glass harmonica seems like something that would have been invented more recently.
So you're leaning towards oboe?
Oboe? No. I'm actually leaning towards glass harmonica.
Glass harmonica.
That's where I'm leaning. That's...
All right.
I'm not sure. Not you guys. Have you ever heard? You know
Michael.
You know what oboe is? You know what it is? We'll be finding other ways.
So what's your final answer?
Final answer. It will not be so funny if it's not between this oboe and glass harmonica. It will be so funny.
Yeah, it will be.
Right?
It will be. It will
Right?
be. But I know it wasn't the piano.
Michael.
He did not invent piano.
Final answer?
Oh, God.
Yes. Yes. Final answer.
Final answer, glass harmonica. It wasn't banjo. It wasn't piano. You said glass harmonica. Oboe was wrong. You were right!
Oh, wow. Okay.
Question number 13. This is for 5 million naira. You have the danger of losing 1.5 million, so be careful. The song The King's Motorcade in the popular movie Coming to America was composed by who? Nile Rodgers, Hans Zimmer, Luther Vandross, Chris de Burgh.
If I was playing for myself, I would take the risk, yeah?
Which risk what option would you have taken?
The only familiar name to me is Hans Zimmer. That's the
Hans
only
Zimmer.
familiar name,
Okay. So you walk away? Final answer?
Yes, we'll walk away.
Yeah.
Walk away, final answer, 2 million naira. Put your hands together. So, you guys would have gone for Hans Zimmer?
Yeah.
Hans Zimmer.
Oh.
You went for Hans Zimmer. The answer was Nile Rodgers. 5 For the first time in 15 minutes, Michael smiled.
Like, seriously.
Hans Zimmer. If they put John Williams there, it would have messed my whole... So I'll be thinking it's between maybe that and that.
Yeah.
But Nile Rodgers was the answer.
Wow.
You have 2 million naira.
All right, so we usually don't comment on this, but this one we're going to comment because this is Titi Dynamite. She was really dynamic yesterday. I watched the show live, and it was really fantastic to see how she was able to analyze every single question and trim down to the final answer and pick one. It was twice or 3 times she did it, and she was phenomenal. So we're so proud that, you know, success has so many families and friends. So we are now sisters.
I know Titi. I know Titi.
I know Titi. I know
It's our own
Titi.
Titi.
Yes, our Titi. So congratulations to Titi Dynamite. Congratulations to her. That is all we can take on the show. The week is just starting. We're hoping for a better day tomorrow. See you then. Bye for now.